Hello, welcome to OER. Our topic is Programmable Logic Devices. PLD Programmable Logic Devices. Problems by using basic gates. Many components on PCB. As number of components rises, nodes interconnections complexity grow exponentially increases. Growth in interconnections will cause increase in interference, PCB size, PCB design cost, and manufacturing times. The purpose of PLD device is to permit elaborate digital logic designs to be implemented by the user in a single device, can be erased electronically and reprogrammed with a new designs, making them very well suited for academic and prototyping. Types of programmable logic devices. First one is simple programmable logic devices. It has variety of devices like that ROM, read-only memory, and PLA, programmable logic arrays, programmable array logic, and generic array logics. Next one is complex programmable logic devices. Another one is field programmable gate array. The first three varieties are quite similar to each other. They all have an input connection matrix which connects the input of a device to an array of AND gates. They all have an output connection matrix which connect the output of the AND gates to the input of OR gates, which drive the output of these devices. The gate array is significantly different and it will be described later. The difference between the first three categories are these. In a ROM, the input connection matrix is hardwired. The user can modify the output connection matrix. In PAL, the output connection matrix is hardwired. The user can modify the input connection matrix. In a PLA, the user can modify both input connections and output connection matrix. This is the general structure of PLDs. We are having n number of input lines and AND array, and another one is OR array. We are having m output lines. The product is P is product term lines and N is buffer or inverters. Buffer or inverters. We are having X is the input and X bar is the output for our buffer. This is the logic symbol of buffer or inverters. Programming by blowing fuses. These are the fuses before programming, after programming. Or PLD notations. These are the OR gate before programming and OR gate after programming. AND notations. These are the AND notation before programming and after programming. PROM notations. They are having n input lines, that is called as address lines, and 2 power n is a word line, m is the output bit lines. We are having programmable OR array, that is memory array. Using a PROM for logic designs. We are having x0, x1, x2 as the inputs. Our output is nothing but f1 and f2. We are using 3 bit, so output will be 8 bits. A simple 4 input 3 output PLA devices. We are having 4 inputs x1, x2, x3, x4. Output will be f1 and f2, f3. This is shown in figure. An example of using PAL device to realize two Boolean functions using Karnaugh map and realizations. Exclusive OR gate with a programmable fuse. Having inputters from gate on in array Fy. Output is nothing but output terminals. There are given circuit diagram and symbolic representations. Construction digital circuits, hand wire circuits, VLSI circuits, field programmable circuits, and microcontrollers. Programmable logic. Different ways of connecting logics. Connecting wire few gates on a chip. Electrically programmable many gates on a chip. MOS programmable many gates on a chip. Array logic. So, combine AND and OR logic, we can get the array logic. Fuse program. Start with all transistors shorted. Zap with sort where you want the transistor. Leave a working transistor. Programmable array logic, and the same for two output M and N can implement two functions. FPGA and CPLD. FPGA is nothing but programmable field gate array. CPLD is nothing but complex programmable logic device. FPGA and CPLD and advanced PLD support thousands of gates, whereas PLD only support hundreds of gates. What's an FPGA? Before the advent of programmable logic, custom logic circuits were built at the board level using standard components, or at gate level in expensive application-specific integrated circuits. FPGA is an integrated circuit that contains many gates, logic cells that can be viewed as standard components. Each logic cell can independently take any one of the limits set by the professional disk. FPGA, these are all the FPGA architectures shown in below. Having routing channel, input-output pair, logic blocks, switching blocks, and all those things. What does a logic cell do? The logic cell architecture varies between different device families. Each logic cell combines few binary inputs. In most families, the user also has option of registering combination output of the cell. LUT. LUT is nothing but lookup table memories. What does field programmable gate array is? The field programmable means is nothing but the FPGA's function is defined by the user program rather than by a manufacturer of the devices. This user programmability gives the user access to complex integrity design without the high engineering cost of associated with the application-specific circuits. How are FPGA programs created? Individually defining the many switch connections and cell logic functions would be a daunting task. Most of the software packages have hooks to allow the user to influence implementations, placement, and routing to obtain better performance and utilizing the devices. FPGA applications. First one is nothing but DSP. Second one is software defined radio. Third one is aerospace, defense system, ASIC prototyping, medical imaging, computer vision, speech recognition, cryptography, bioinformatics, and others. CPLD, complex programmable logic device.